also included Yoda up here. I came late to Star Wars in life. It was just a few years ago that I discovered Star Wars after I'd been practicing mindfulness for quite a long time. And as I was watching Star Wars, I was like, wow, the Force is mindfulness. It totally makes sense. And I love this quote from Yoda because when I first teach mindfulness to people, a lot of the questions I get is, it's like, I'm not doing this right. Or I tried to do mindfulness and I just was thinking the whole time. If you're doing mindfulness, if you're trying to sit and focus on your attention, you're doing it right. You can't mess it up. There's no wrong way to practice mindfulness. That's why it's called a practice. And it's not a path of mastery. The point is not to perfect our ability to just sit and be without thoughts. The point is to be with our thoughts as they come up non-judgmentally and with compassion. So actually the people, as I said, the people in here who raise their hands of like, I'm brand new at this, there's something in mindfulness called the beginner's mindset, which means that the best way to learn mindfulness and practice mindfulness is as if you've never learned it before in your life. So even though I've been practicing for 10 years, each time I sit down or walk down the hallway to try to practice mindfulness, if I can approach it as if this is the first time I'm ever doing it, that's actually the best mindset to approach mindfulness from. Which is why the stance I take with teachers and mindfulness, and so far I think we're the only people teaching it this way. I've seen a lot of other organizations that teach mindfulness and they do a really wonderful job, but they typically say you need to practice for a year before you can teach mindfulness. And there's good reason for that, right? You don't want to show up without mindful presence and then be talking about mindfulness. And the stance I take is that anyone who has a sincere intention and the right attitude can teach mindfulness. Because actually connecting with your students in that way of like, I'm learning this too, I'm a beginner, let's figure it out together, let's learn together, that's an empowered stance for them and for you to not be the expert at something. So giving yourself permission if you're thinking about engaging in a mindfulness practice or bringing this into your classroom, you don't have to have gone to India and sat in an ashram for a year to figure out how to teach mindfulness. You just have to believe in it.